All right, so a square pyramid has a height of 6 units and a volume of 70. Square pyramid has the same base and the volume as square pyramid. What is its height? So I feel like we did a question just like this yesterday. Square pyramid. So the volume of the pyramid is 1/3 the area of the base times the height. The volume is 70. The height is 6. So could you try solving that for the base for us, please?
That one for the base. Second. $70. I got 35.
Okay, so base is 35. So now we have a square prism. And the base is 35. It says it has the same base, okay? And it has the same base area, which is 35, and the volumes. The volume of a prism is base times height. The volume is 70 and the base is 35. So what must the height be?
Okay. So 2.
Height is 2. Very good.
Okay. 2. Choosing the chat now.
Okay. All right. A watch company is developing a packaging for its new watch. The designer uses octagons with a base area of 30 and rectangles with a length of 10 to create a prototype for the new package. What is the volume of the new package? All right. So the idea here is that the length of 10. Huh. Okay, so we got octagons. And so the volume is the area of the base times the height. All right, and then how do we want to do this? So the base is 30, but we don't know the height. Now they're telling us that the rectangles with length of 10 to create. So what I'm trying to figure out, like these rectangles are kind of coming out. I think that's what they mean. They're kind of coming, that's not drawn real well. How am I going to draw this to show you? Like imagine that's coming straight up out of the page. And then
Got it.
there's
It's like a
more.
3D kind of.
Yeah, but it's really hard to draw here. So it says length of 10. I presume that means this though.
Yeah, that's what I thought too when I did so this one's the retake of the assignment. So
Yeah,
when I did this question first, that's what I assumed it was.
but the problem is it doesn't look like
Yeah, it doesn't give you that iron
I
length
don't I so
either.
I don't know how to find the height. The height here is so other than there is a formula for the base area. But I don't know how that plays in here. Don't know how that plays in here. And rectangle's length of 10. I mean, did you do it before? Did you just multiply? Was that wrong?
Um,
So the area of the base when it's a regular polygon is 1/2 the apothem times the perimeter. So let's just
oh
say
yeah,
that's
I think I
10.
just multiplied them, but it says it was correct.
It did.
Oh, wait, yeah.
I mean,
So
I don't want us to go off in any weird direction. I mean, we can just say, okay, that's the answer.
then the answer would be 300.
300,
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah, based off of the same calculation that I did for the first. type of this question, which turned out to be correct. So I'll just kind of. All right, let me put this other. The next one, which number 3.
The radius of the cone is 7 inches and y equals 25. What is the volume of the cone in terms of pi? So again, kind of, we've done this a number of times where you have to take away the triangle from this. So the radius, this is the radius down here. That's 7 and this is 25. So will you use the Pythagorean theorem and solve this for B, please?
That's b squared. C squared. So 7 speed 49, 20, 6. I got uh 25 or 26 if we were to round it.
Okay, so remember, it's 7 squared. This is A and this is C. So it's 7 squared plus B squared equals 25 squared. This one does work out nicely.
Here, let me just redo it. And then just 674. And then you need to find the root of
No,
674.
you're subtracting. You're subtracting 49 plus B squared. You're subtracting
Oh,
49.
yeah, I forgot the subtracting part. I thought it was adding. That's why I was adding 625 to 49. So it's 625 minus 49, which would get you 576.
Okay, so B
And this,
squared is 576.
then you have to square root. Square it. I got 24 now.
B equals 24. Good. All right, now the reason we need that, that's X. So the volume of a cone is 1/3 the base times the height. So the base in this case is a circle. Do you remember the formula for the area of a circle?
The area of a circle, I think it's pi r squared.
Right, so the base is pi r squared. So sometimes students remember this one more specifically, 1/3 pi r squared h. You have the radius, it's 7. You have the height, it's 24. It says to leave your answer in terms of pi, which means you just kind of leave the pi off to the side.
Oh, yeah, because yeah, so you don't include the pi in the calculation for
Yeah.
that, right? So then if you were to plug that in and let's see the radius is 7, so 1/3 set times 7 squared times 24. All right, so 7 squared is 49, 1/3 times 20. Got 392.
Okay. 392 pi.
That appears to be the first. All right. But Let me just see something quickly from the previous. Yeah, I think this is one of the ones that I got wrong for. So yeah, it's in the chat now.
Okay. Part of a new advertising campaign, a beverage company wants to increase the dimensions of their cans by a multiple of 1.12. If the cans are currently 12 centimeters tall and 6 centimeters in diameter, have a volume of 339.12 centimeters cubed, how much more will the new cans hold? Use 3.14 for pi and round your answer nearest hundredth. Okay, so we should first talk about just the original. The original is some sort of a cylinder like this, and it's 12 centimeters tall, 6 centimeters in diameter, which means that the radius is 3. The volume of a prism, this is a prism, is the area of the base times the height. And the base is a circle, pi r squared. So it's pi r squared times the height, pi 3 squared times 12. Okay, so I want you to calculate that and make sure that it is, that's right here.
Here. And I got 339 point like 2. Actually, let me check.
So basically you got the answer that they,
Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot to say the last part of the question. They say use 3.14 for pi. So if you were to
yes,
do that, 8 times 3.14. All right, then it's 239.12.
yeah.
So you're gonna 12.
Okay, so
So
now here's where it's different. All the dimensions are being multiplied by 1.12. So the new can, you have to take 12 and multiply it by 1.12. And then this 6 right here, you have to multiply by 1.12. So can you do that for us and give me those
the
results?
6. So the diameter would be 6.72
Okay,
and 12 the height would be 13.44.
okay, really good. So now to find the volume, it's the area of the base, pi r squared times the height. You have the height. Your radius is going to be half of the diameter, 6.72.
6.7. That'd be 3.36.
Okay. So now you have all the numbers you need. You're supposed to use 3.14 for pi, 3.36 squared, and your height is 13.44.
Times what? The base area would be 476.
Okay, so you mean the volume of all this?
So the base area.
No, the volume. This is volume. The base area is just 3.36 squared times the 3.14.
Oh, so then yeah, it would be the volume then.
Yeah.
So that'd be. So we change the first.
Now, there is another way to do this problem that I want to show you. But let me know when you get all this down or you feel you think you got it, because the next way is important. It'll help you
All
with
right,
other
I got it.
problems. Okay. Oops. Why did I do that? All right. So here we go. Uh, there's the scale factor K of 1.12. So when you're going from length lengths, and that could be like, you could think of this as like sides or the perimeter, but anything that's a length, you use the scale factor, okay? When you have areas, areas are like the area of a circle, area of a rectangle. You use k squared. When you have volumes and you're going to new volumes, like we're doing in this problem, you go k cubed. So how does that work? Well, your original is 339.12. Your k is 1.12 cubed. So I want you to multiply 339.12 times 1.12 cubed, please. And tell me if you get the same result.
339.12 39 to 9 1.12 cubed. I need to cubed is times 339. That would be I got the same exact answer. Yeah,
That's the
476.
shortcut. That's the shortcut. And you'll probably see a problem like that at some point, but for this one, you could redraw it. That's something to think about as you're moving through these. All right, so whenever you're ready, if you want to send over another question here, and
All right, the next question should be in the chat.
let's take a look. All right, a globe company manufactures a globe that's 16 inches diameter. So the idea is that a globe is a sphere.
Yeah.
The volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed. Are they giving you the radius in this problem?
They gave you the diameter, so you can calculate the radius from that.
Okay, so why don't you do that?
The radius, I think I know what it is. Let me just show. Think of it as- that would be 8.
Okay, so keep going, use that value of 8 and calculate the
Yeah,
volume.
to calculate the so 9. All right, I mean, again, here we're supposed to use 3.14 pi, so let's see. 8 cubed times 3. All right, I got 2143.6, so I think it's second.
Okay, very good.
One second. Um, I know. Here it is in the chat. Actually, the next one's in the chat. Percent.
Okay, the sphere is a diameter of 2 and is dilated by a scale factor of 3. What is the ratio of the volume? So two ways to do this. The first is to actually draw the two spheres. So the first one is a diameter of 2. And the second one has a diameter of 6. The reason we know that is 2 times 3 gets you to 6. So the volume of the first one, 4/3 pi r cubed. Volume of the second one is 4/3 pi r cubed. Could you calculate the volume? So go ahead and just calculate the,
Is- so all right. For the first sphere, I got 4.18. That'd be 19 if you were to round it. Yeah, so that would
okay,
be.
just go ahead and write that down and keep going for the next.
Alright, so then next one. So that's gonna be 3. So 3. All right. Ratio from the sphere to A to sphere B. Mm, over together. Um, let's see, so that's B's.
Did you get the second volume?
Oh, the second volume, yeah, I got 113 point, like 1.
Okay, and what was the first one roughly?
First one was like 4.19.
Okay, so the ratios here, like the first one would be like 2 to 6, or you could think of it as like 1/3. 2 divided by 6, which is 1/3. The second one is 4 divided by 36, but that's kind of hard to do because you really wanted to go the other way, like, because you want to go for the bigger one divided by the smaller one. It's typically how you do it. So what I want you to do is take 113.1 and divide it by 4.1 and tell me what it roughly is.
113.1. So that's roughly 27.6.
So about 27.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, about right. Yeah.
So if it's about 27, it must be this last one. Now, is that consistent with k cubed? Your scale factor is 3. What is 3 cubed?
3 cubed is 27.
So there you go. That's the way to do this.
God. All right, the next one's in the chat.
Okay. All right, the cylinder has an 1/8" diameter and is 15 inches tall. So let's have you first calculate the volume of a cylinder. So do you have that formula for me?
I think it's base area times height.
Okay. The base is a circle.
So
Area of a
that's
circle is pi r squared.
So pi then R would be, let's see, 18 divided by 2. So R is 9. Pi times pi times 9 squared. So
and you want it in terms of pi, which means that your answer is going to have a pi in it.
so it would be 81 pi
Yeah.
radius. And then for so that would be the base area times the height, which is 15. So 81. 15. That would be, so the volume of that would be 1,215 pi.
Okay. So the volume of the original is 1,215 pi. You said that, right?
Mhm.
So now it says a 6-inch diameter ball is placed within the cylinder, and then the cylinder was filled with water. So we need to find the volume of this thing,
So I'm assuming it'd probably be like a sphere.
the
Since
sphere. So it's 4/3
pi r
pi
squared,
r cubed
or pi r cubed.
Yeah, so go ahead and calculate that in terms of pi. And your answer
That
will
would
have a
be
pi in it, please.
3 cubed. About 972 pi. So not including pi, I got 972 pi. 1 sec. Yeah. Um, So, so then when you just subtract both the volumes,
Right, what did you come up with?
I got 972 pi.
The radius is only 3 though, isn't it?
Yeah, I did 3 cubed times 4/3.
Okay, so that's really big though. I mean, it's gonna be less
Here,
than that.
let me
It's gonna be
let
like,
me redo it. Oh,
okay,
yeah, I see where I went. I did 9 cubed instead of 3 cubed. That's why. I did 3 cubed times that times 4/3 would be 36
36 pi.
pi. Yeah, 36 pi.
So now what they're saying is they drop that in there. Okay. And they fill up the rest with water. Okay, so the volume is the difference.
So
You
would
have to
you
take the
subtract?
difference.
So would you
Yes,
subtract the constants and then keep the pi
yes,
for the answer? All right,
yes.
1,215 times 36 would be 1,179 pi. So the second option there. Right. So this is one of the ones that I kind of found a little bit hard yesterday when I was doing it, but the next question, the next question here is what the one that I kind of should do, but it's in the
All
chat
right,
right
yes.
now.
See it's there. Let's take a look. So it looks like you're doing a lot of compositions of volumes or
Yeah.
adding, subtracting them. So circumference of a redwood trunk tree is 16 pi feet. So they're saying that's if you go, all the way around circumference, which is 2 pi r, or it's pi times diameter, but usually you need the radius. It's 16 pi. Okay. So that allows you to find the radius. The radius is 16 pi divided by 2 pi, which is 8 feet, which is pretty big. I don't actually know if there's trees that big, but That's what it says here. So, okay, 16 pi feet and 100 feet tall. So now the volume here, not to scale, is the area of the base. Volume is the area of the base times the height. The base is pi r squared times the height. What is the base?
And so base fire. R is squared. Mm, And so for this case, even though they didn't say that it's in terms of pi, is it assumed that it's going to be in terms of pi since the,
Yeah, because all the answers have pi in it. So we
all
got
right, so
pi 8
so
squared
it
times
would
100.
be, yeah, so it would be 6,400 pi.
All right, go ahead and drop that other one, the next one in the chat, please.
So these are kind of using pi as like a variable more than like actually the number
It's
itself,
it's a
sort of.
it's a constant. It's not a variable. But you kind of could visualize it like that if that helps. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's not a,
because in this case, we're like we don't really add pi into the equation. We kind of like leave it off to the side and we kind of calculate with it. That makes sense, but uh,
yeah, go ahead and drop that next one in the chat,
all right.
please.
So here's number 10 in the chat. All right, so number 10 is chat.
There it is. So we get this next one knocked out here. All right, so R is taking his siblings to ice cream. They can't decide whether they get a cone or cup because they want to get most ice cream for their money. W equals 3, X equals 6, Y equals 6, and Z equals 3. Fill up to the top, which will hold the most ice cream. Okay, you just got to find the volume of both here. So the volume of the cone is 1/3 pi r squared times h. The radius is W and the height is X. So I guess first calculate the volume of the cone, please.
Volume of the cone. So W is 3, so the radius is 3. The height is 6. So so
And you do want to
the
use the 3.14 for pi.
So yeah, I was just looking at the volume formula for a cone. So it's 1/3 pi r squared times height, right? Oh yeah, right. Right. So 1/3 r is 3. So 3 squared times 6. That's 6 times 4 times 3.1. I got 226.08.
Okay. All right. So next thing is to find the volume of the cylinder, which is the base times the height. The base is pi r squared. The height is it's given here, and the radius. So it's pi y divided by 2 squared, because they're giving you the diameter, times the height Z. So you just need to calculate that and then figure out which is bigger.
So you would need to do pi times 3 squared, or yeah, 3 squared times 3. 3 squared during n times 3 times 3.14. So so the base area is 84.78.
Okay. And then multiply it by that Z value.
So multiplying it by 3 would get you 254.34.
So clearly the cup, the cylinder is bigger, so you have to subtract. And I think you'll get this, that you'll get this answer here.
Minus 226. Okay. 28.26. So yeah, it'd be that would be it's the cup. Yeah, all right, so
All right, well, let's go ahead and stop here. We'll pick up later on today.